Hey, everybody, it's Lou. I've talked for the last few years and written about tribes of darkness and tribes of light. And I've always tried to identify precisely what that means. Um, I was helped recently in a conversation, which you'll hear next year in a podcast, by Professor Ben Winchester at the University of Minnesota. He is the guy who really is rewriting the rural narrative. And he said something that was really interesting as he distinguishes between light and dark tribes. He says that the difference between a dark and light tribe, and I'm paraphrasing him, you'll have to listen to the podcast, is that they have built into them the ability to welcome people. There's a welcoming mechanism in a community that supersedes everything else that economic development officials think is important in the city. And he talks about economic development and how maybe we're working off an old model, but he says welcoming people, making them feel a part of the community in many different ways isn't a strategy that's thought through. It's something that may happen spontaneously when you walk into a meeting or go to church or schools or whatever. But he says this needs to be part of our planning. And I think that's brilliant. I think that's a terrific insight that he has. And he backs everything that he does up with data. He's a demographer and he's a data scientist as a fellow out there at the University of Minnesota. He also says something that's shocking. And again, you'll have to listen in on this. He says that jobs are not even among the top 10 things that people look for when they relocate to rural communities. I mean, he really believes that he sees the renaissance in the rural community, but he has a completely different vision of how it's happening and what it is. And to me, he's, as I said, really the author of the new world of the rural place. So really enjoyed talking to him, but that's the insight. That's the new tribe of light for Lou Zancarella. And remember, wherever you live, rural, urban, suburban, exurban, there's really no place like home. Take care.